comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Here's to a fair fight.
This will be a good fight.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do?
Here. Now observe. Here. Here. Now
Both fighters are pretty much unscathed. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Misfire with the drive impact. Getting careless and missing a drive impact like that will leave you wide open. Tagging on a super art here to turn up the heat. Player 2 turned this right around with that super. Okay, both fighters have taken a long step back. They're both looking to reassess the fight. All right, what's coming up next? Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Throws him. What's next? Takes a trip. No more drive gauge. Adds a little super juice into this combo for more damage. Next hit will end the round. Gets him. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Immediate brushes that off and keeps going. Shinku Hadouken spins it on the super art. Jump. Oh, there's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. Player 2 holding on to that corner KO. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
Goes for picks the air throw. Throwing some shade. Gets him with a Euro step. This is gonna hurt. Hits him with a stop and block. Shinku Hadouken. Player 2 is all in with a rush. Crowns him from above. Amazing. Player 2 is in burnout state. Burns out. And they burn out in sync. Player 1 is mounting fuses to teleport.
Away.
Dangerous range here. Ugh, take a seat. Noticeable life lead. Raw super hard incoming. Oh, come on, kid. Why would you use the super? Knocked him out of the air. Giving him full court up. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Sets up with the jump in. Throwing some shade. Goes in on the impact for nothing. Miss your mark with an impact and you're open to a punish. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Player 2 may be just about done with it. Gets him. Player 1 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Round 2. Fight.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Impact, so no go. The throw misses. Player 2 got completely shut out that round. Can they make a comeback? Uses the fireball to try and establish their pace. Fires off the Shinku Hadouken. Player 1 can build off this lead. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. But experiencing burnout. Black Shinku Hadouken. Counting on the super to do the job. They were expecting that drive impact. The throw whips. Knockout and knocks them out of the air. Closes it out. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
JP.
All right,
Shall
let's
we
get it.
begin then?
Life's been trying me. I learned all my lessons.
Here comes a new challenger.
This isn't about just winning the match. Pride and bragging rights are at stake here. Both fighters will need to bring their A game to the table. Fires off an overdrive bar. Adding that to the mix will change the pace of the match and keep the opponent on their toes. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Player one is just about out of drive after that. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Player one is working with a less than ideal drive game. They'll need to be very careful here. KO! Player one picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round 2. Fight.
Nice block on the overhead. Not shy with the grab. Throwing some shade. The jump in is denied. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player one has the life lead. Can they use it? That combo did decent damage. Gotta be careful not to whip at this perfect KO. They were in full control there.
JP.
Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Goes for the command grab. That overhead was a bit obvious. What's the play here? The command grab doesn't make it. Reads them. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important here. Life lead opens up. KO. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Blocks the overhead. The next round, looking to plant him with the pile driver. Player two has the life advantage. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Goes for the rush. Very slick with the combo. What'll happen here? 3-volt? Sees the overhead coming. Player two needs to use the threat of the corner. The overhead denied. Tree glove. What a finish! Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Here's to a fair fight.
I'm not gonna lose.
Round 1. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Anticipates the overhead. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Jump in finds the mark. Below heavy hits. Player two creates a good corner opportunity. Getting into the end game now. It's getting tense. Where is their opening? Threads it cleanly. Player one picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Round 2. Fight.
Nice block on the overhead. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Just goes for it to stop the opponent's flow. What a clean counter. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Gets scooped from down low. Smart stuff, hoping at that range to zone the opponent. Goes with the safe stuff with that target combo. Both fighters planning something? Ooh, there's a side switch. This could be big. Steals back a chance. They're thinking of scoring big off this solid anti-air. 3-volt, knockdown and overhead attack. Player so fast on the air throw. What a finish! Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow up here? Jumps in. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Who's gonna make a move? The low kick connects. Picks up some damage with a long-reaching attack. This is the range where things get messy. Can they utilize their reach or bait each other out? Goes to the overdrive. Taking stock. Big counter. KO. Player one takes the round like a thief in the night.
Is that it?
What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump. Smart use of the invincibility on the overdrive tensor. Perfect time to spend the meter. How will this impact things? Player two needs to use the threat of the corner here. We have a super art on deck. Expect to see way more pressure here. And they create Blixit. Going in? Yo, put that away. KO. Here's the final round.
understand.
The real fight starts now.
Don't underestimate me.
Final round. Fight.
Goes for the... This is gonna hurt. Anticipated that throw. So fast on the air throw. Oh, plot twist. Knocked him out of the air. Player one, low heavy. Reads the throw and escape. Low heavy, but no go. Overhead, but it won't work. Dangerous range here. Any throw will whip at that range. Medium kick. Pushes out the cage right there.
Meaningless happens.
It's the interdiction. They've been waiting for this. This could change everything. Who's gonna take it? Both of them back off. They made overhead. Are you serious? That comeback was unreal. We just saw this fighter play out of their goddamn mind there.
Here comes a new challenger.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Here's to a fair fight.
Don't expect me to be a pushover.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Checking their opponent. Tries to get a breather with a projectile. Deftly shuts out the jump. That was a solid anti-air. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Freeze them. Okay, creating some space here. We're near the end of the round. Can either fighter pull a rabbit out of their hat here? Net KO. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. Slashes him. Connects with medium kick. Throwing some shade. Looking for a chance. Both fighters planning something? Sneaks in above. Departure set. Big throws. What'll happen here? This is a turning point. They got it. Burnout activates. They decide to take a breather to regroup. Going in? One chance here may end this match. Went for the chip kill. Player one took no time to finish that fight. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Tries to turn up the pressure with an overdrive projectile. You can use a drive rush like that there to maintain the pressure. Oh, easy tech. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. From up above. Sticks the combo. Player one can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. KO. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start the round. Sticks the jump in. Jinrai kick for a mix-up. Player two will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Goes for the rush. Hits him with a stopping block. Not looking good. The corner's a bad place to be. Next, the counter. Okay, here we go. Very nice free glow. Even the slightest hit may end the round. They can't afford any mistakes. Gets the counter hit and the win. Player one brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Decides to go in with the target combo. Player one pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Very solid corner switch. Absorbs the attack and fires back. Nice. Sees the combo through and takes the round. Player one sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Decides to create some distance to start. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Sees the overhead coming and blocks it. Player two has a slight life lead that they may sit on. There's been some back and forth, but no one has dominated the fight. Hits him with a stopping block. Player, burnout activates. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. Fatal leg twister. Clutch anti-air. Play forward throw. Laying the pressure on Thick. Player one with the rhythm, owning that space. Punish counter sets the table. Player two can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. This is gonna kill, no doubt about it.
You bastard!
Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Hits them with a stopping block. Combo with the target combo. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Hits with the overhead. They're jostling for the dominant position in the corner. Will this super art connect? Both fighters will want to utilize what little drive gauge they have. Big low reaching heavy. Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. Player one chases them down. What'll happen here? Neither fighter can use their drive move. How will they close out the round? Sneaks in the throw. Player two picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Player two did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? At least one of them is having a good time and brushes that off and keeps going. Were they baiting them into that? It's a good spot to use the super. Player two will need the punish counter, gives them a great opening. What a finish! This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Jumps. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Blocks the low kick. Knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Throws them. Amazing. With wow, sat and waited for this opening.
do for you? It's the interdiction. They've been waiting for this. This could change everything. Low heavy. Nothing stops this train. Player 1 is in a very good spot. Wall flat into the guard break. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scales.
Locked on.
What'll be the plan? Drops them from the air. All in with a rush. They're in range. And eats it. Player 2. It is over. Player 1 has got to be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are pumping themselves up and are raring to go. Who's going to come out on top in this fight?
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Good anti-air. Still slugging it out. Goes to the overdrive. Taking stock. Player 2 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. They hit each other. Strings it all together. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense.
Baits out the attack and gets the punish counter.
And a super activation. Looking to score some juicy damage. What's the next move?
Gets the counter hit for the win. They're so good at whiff punish. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side switch. Showing some real tenacity. Revolt, what'll happen here? Our fighters are at a stand. Hits them with a stop and pop. There's the impact. Not letting that go unpunished. It's back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. It's a good spot to use the super. Connects with the throw. There's a burnout. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start pushing up the Chernobyl grip. That final push at the end paid off in spades. When you have a chance to finish things, you gotta take it. Player 1 was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Blocks it. Blocks the impact.
You can use a drive rush like that there to maintain the pressure. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where's this match gonna go? What's the play here? Oh, with the drive impact. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Overhead. Get right in there. And the throw ends the round. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player 2, Chase brushes that off and keeps going. There's the drive impact that's going to lead to a juicy punish counter. A drive impact. Super! Oh, must have saw something we didn't. Spikes him with 3 gloves. They decide to take a breather to regroup. Out of range. Relatively safe. Player 2 is working with a better gauge. What can they do with it? Hits them with a stop and pop. It's a good spot to use the super. What'll happen here? Ooh, what's this? What's gonna happen? The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. And they create an opportunity for themselves. Closes it out! Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
Here comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to lay it all on the line.
Showtime, baby!
An honor, to be sure.
Round one. Fight.
The fight's now underway. This is Vicious with the play-by-play. Perfect air-to-air. They're on the lookout for jumping. Player 2 has the life lead. Checking how their opponent reacts to fireballs. What's the play here? Good anti-air. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. No good up high.
Grabs him.
Closes the gap for the grab. Neither of them willing to back off here. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Life lead opens up. Feeling out the spacing. Low heavy hits. Mix up incoming.
One chance here may end this match. Throwing some gets some. Player 2 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Miraculous grab.
Will that drive impact get punished?
Shinobu. Counting on the super to do the job. Reglide. That's a big gap. Who's going to close it? Medium kick. Player 2 is dominating this match. Blocks the impact. Medium kick hits. This is gonna hurt. Finishes it with the anti-air. Well, listen, when you're locked in, you're locked in. That was a decisive win. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. Gets the crosser.
The impact gets blocked. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. They get the distance they want. Let's see their approach. The fighters take a step back to reassess. Time for a new game plan. Will they incorporate that full drive gauge they have into their game plan? It'll be interesting to see how both players utilize their drive gauge to dictate the terms of the match. Adds on a bit extra to that to make sure the opponent walks away with a full plate. Player 2 chases them down. Heading into the end game now, it's getting tense. Taking stock. Super clutch corner switch. Closing moments of the match. Oh, what's this? Goes for it and puts them down with the impact. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Round two. Fight.
How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Player 1 won out those close scuffles, and now they gotta have a plan for the next round. Going in? Sneaks in above. You can open up chances to do big damage by baiting something out, getting that opening, and then jumping in. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation? Finishes it with the anti-air. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win?
Final round. Fight.
Impact squash. Slasher. Hits up the counter. This is going to be huge. No! Just break them. Both fighters planning something? Player 2 with a lead. Will they go for offense or defense? And whiffs. They're wide open. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. Ooh, what a smart play. Okay, here we go. Stone cold and break. You can't block those. Taking jump. Gotta do better than that. Ugh, scuff him. A jump. Perfect execution with the anti-air. A real test of nerves here. Crashes out the cage right there. Ooh, sends him a personalized telegraph with that frightening critical arm. Can they muster up the nerves to fight back and take this round? Pumps him hard. Are you kidding me? Player 2 clinches the win. But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that.
comes a new challenger.
They're all fired up. We're almost underway.
Beginning operation.
An honor, to be sure.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Lots of aggression from both sides. Player one has used up all of their drive gauge. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player one needs to deal with this burnout. We've reached the midway point of the round, and both fighters are at about even life.
Player two opts for the throw to close it out. Player one on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Goes to the overdrive. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it?
Throwing some shade. Their spacing is so on point right now. But who's gonna blink first? The engagement here will have a huge effect on the rest of the match. They both have full drive gauges to work. Hits them with a stop and bop. Jumps up.
They block the overhead, and
Player one will need to play it conservative until their drive returns. Both fighters planning something?
you've gotta be mindful of reach and jumping at this range.
Player one needs to use the threat of the corner here. Sets up with the jump in. There's the wall splat. They can't do anything now. Player one is not in a good place health-wise, but with a super art in play, it's still not over. Closing it out with a super art finish.
Nice and clean.
We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Picks up the counter. This is going to be huge. We're just getting started here. Who will take... This is gonna hurt. Stone cold embrace. You can't block those. Sets up with the jump in. Fools them and blocks them in embrace. Player two is gonna deny the jump in attempt. Player two is a force to be reckoned with. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back.
Time to get down to business.
The first round starts now.
Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first.
Are we? Here.
Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match gonna go? How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Player two will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Do they build meter or just go all in on each other? Gaining some meter would open up the opportunity to deal huge damage, but that's easier said than done. Player two pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner, and now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Lisa, knockdown. Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart drive use. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Smart play with the throw. This is a prime opportunity to end things, but they decide to play it safe. Lots of distance here as both fighters look for an opening. Player two will finishes with the throw. Player two on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Ooh, it looks like they're waiting to see what the opponent wants to do first. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. Throwing some shade. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something. It's a good spot to use the super. Interdiction. Nothing's gonna save them now. Say goodbye to that light bar. Player two is dominating this match. Spin knuckle. Player one opts for the critical art. And his speed on full display. It's the Delta Red Assault.
Assessing damage.
Are we gonna see a comeback here? Here comes the corner press. Flatlines them. Player two brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak.
challenger.
Oh, looks like these two have more beef than a Philly cheesesteak.
Here's to a fair
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Goes air to air to deny them a chance. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Saw them sweating against the wall and gets in the throw.
Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Player 2 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their ground game. Denies the jump in.
They just said, get that jump in out of here. Throwing some shade. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Stuck in the corner, but not going down without a fight. Crowns him from above. Close range projectile. Stone cold embrace. You can't block though. Critical art is on deck. Throws them back off. They may be preparing for the final exchange. And eats it. What'll be the plan here? They both decide to ease the tension and back off. What a finish! Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. The throws them. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. All in with a rush. Which fighter will overhead? Ah, genius read with that throw escape. Revolt? Ooh, you never know what can happen here.
This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully.
Dangerous range here. Anti-air in the clutch. Jump! Perfect execution with the anti-air. Uses their drive gauge.
care to hear
Perfect
how
damage calculation. No doubt about it. Does not leave anything to chance with that super finish. Player 1 comes out on top of that fierce battle. Talk about a show. That match.
Here comes a new challenger.
How's this match gonna shake out? It's gonna be exciting to see.
Here's to a fair fight.
I'm not gonna lose.
Round one. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Throws them down. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Tries to throw, but doesn't connect. Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue the fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. The pressure is so intense here. KO.
Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling.
Goes to the overdrive. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Throws them to negate the block.
Torbalan!
Both fighters will want to utilize what little drive gauge they have. Good drive management could well decide this.
Throwing some shade. Scrapping it out up close. Player, they're going for the super art. That's not gonna hit. The super doesn't hit. Fires off the Chernobyl. Wow, that's some burnout activate. Departure set.
Life lead is there,
But still anyone's game. Tons of space between the fighters now. What are they cooking up? Not Pro coming for you. What a finish! Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet.
The throw hits. Now the fun begins. Was well in range to score the throw. Gets the crossover. Deals some damage with that quick combo. Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Takes the chance to hurt him. Burnout is triggered. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Player 2 has completely used all of their drive game, but they still have enough life left to take the round. To come from the brink like that? What a comeback! Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Who's going to smart use of the invincibility on the Overdrive 10 show?
You need training.
Player 1 creates a good corner opportunity. Experiencing burnout.
Yo, kicking off their facial features with the Hayakusen.
Both fighters planning something?
Player 2 has an empty drive gauge. This is a very precarious situation. Digs in deep to get that drive in. Pounding them with the Lachuka. Can they stand the heat?
Wow, that's some big time damage there.
3-volt ices them.
Quick breather.
Player 1, the overhead denied. Dangerous range here. And eats it. A jump it knocks him out of the air. Sees the overhead coming. Solid anti-air. Okay, here we go. Willing to risk it for the what a finish!
Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us.
Here comes a new challenger.
What are we going to see transpire between these fighters? No one knows, but this is going to be a must-see match. Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Blocks the jump in. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Strings it all together. Well-timed command throw there. They break things off to take a quick breather. Combo with the target combo. They block the overhead, and life lead opens up. Time's the only thing moving here.
Throwing some shade.
Taking stock.
Experiencing burnout. Player 2 has depleted their drive to come from the brink like that. What a comeback.
Player 1 takes up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage.
Slides and goes for the legs.
Throws them to negate the block.
Trades them.
Sees the overhead coming and blocks it. Somehow pushes back all the way to center stage.
Does a good job escaping the corner. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Knockdown and hits him with a vagabond edge. Torbaline. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. A jump? Are we gonna burn down? Both fighters panic. No way. No signs of letting up from out of the corner. Uses their drive gauge. Efficiently flatlines them. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now.
Final round. Fight!
Decides not to rush in without a plan. Nails the 3-ball. Player 1 is in a very good spot now.
They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side slip.
Ooh, does him dirty. With super arts into play, it's really anything goes at this point. Oh, yo, raw super here. Player tries to make something happen with an overdrive arm. Spends it all on the super. Not shy one bit about it. Off suspend throws them. What are they gonna do? Medium kick. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Tries to catch him out with the arc stamp. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here.
Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunities. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move or you're going to eat tons of damage. Back throw for the side switch. I can't keep track of these corner switches. Knockdown. Had the radar up and running. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes.
Raise them.
Overhead. Porter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup?
Manages experiencing burnout.
Both fighters are weighing.
KO! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Hidden variable?
They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it?
Beats them and goes in for the hug. Gets carried to the corner.
Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage.
Vagabond and sends them flying.
Going in, both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best.
Vagabond experiencing burnout. Player 2 will have to deal with this dangerous battle. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Player 2 needs Lynxin. Connects with the throw. Will this super art do anything? Solid anti-air. Closes it out. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this one. Starts things off with a jump in. Goes air to air and takes their turn. Throwing some shade. Stone cold embrace. You can't block those. Goes out of sight. Getting up close, clutch anti-air. Target combo into. What now? Will this super art do anything? Player 1 can't use drive anymore. Okay, here the overhead denied. Player 2 has a full drive gauge, but is on the brink of death. Noticeable life lead is a cutback still. Oh, they took the bit. Break through with the throw. Player 1 is a force to be reckoned with.